T-Love Talk. T-Love Talk. T-Love Talk. I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within. I came back to let you know. Oh, yeah. I would get a phone call right now while I'm trying to do my thing. What's up? What it does? What it do? Family is yours truly, Mr. T-Love. T-Love Talks. I think y'all already know what it is. It's going digital tonight. I got a special guest with me. This is episode 25. I told y'all I was going to give y'all an extra episode during the week. And hopefully we still going tomorrow on schedule, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Got KT in the building, my cousin, my blood. KT, what it do?
Baby?
I can't hear you now.
For real?
Okay, now I can hear you. Your mic is far back though. I heard you better in the green room. All right, say something. Give me a mic check. Just give me a mic check.
Mic check 1 2.
Okay, you sound. You might want to bring it a little closer. But what's up, y'all? Shit, man. Episode 25, T-Love Talks. You seen the thumbnail. Trauma in the community. Trauma in the black community. We're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to get specific on a few things. We're going to be general on a few things. But I won't talk so much about the HOs tonight. Even though, what night was that? Saturday? Hoes for the holiday. That was actually a good show with good content. But the microphone, I was using the other microphone. Gee, my goodness.
Check. Tony, look.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, sound good.
My goodness. Keep getting calls. Let me see if I can cut this volume down. Trauma in the community. Like I said, I got my real blood cousin with me. So y'all go ahead and grab that cheap ass vodka that you like to drink and them bap ass trees. This episode 25. T-Love Talks. We'll be right back after the pussy ass intro right here. Y'all hold up. Hey man, say Mike man, go ahead and grab that cheap ass vodka you got on the counter in them bap ass trees, man. You already know what time it is. We about to watch T-Love Talk. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, fellas. Black Constantine. T-Love Talk. T-Love Talk. T-Love Big Eye. T-Love Talk. T-Love Talk. Fat man. T-Love Talk. Phone. You are now listening to the sounds of the one and only T-Love Talk. Come on in the yard. Trick or treat. Get your ass glad. We do have several topics. All right, we back. So if y'all didn't know, KT was actually supposed to be on the show the week before last. And he had a few things come up, but I'm happy to have him. Like I said, y'all, this is my real blood cousin, blood clot, bum clot, rust clot. So we're going to chop it up tonight. You know, he called me and he was like, man, I want to talk about some different stuff too. So I said, shit, cuz, well, you know, we ain't just got to talk about these HOs. We ain't just got to talk about relationships, even though I enjoy talking about that. We can always tap into some other stuff, but we got some videos tonight. I might not even do the normal format, but we're going to get into some clips tonight and we're going to talk about it. Trauma in the community. So when I first hear trauma, and I actually had this conversation with somebody a while, not too long ago, actually, KT, where if I don't know anything else in this world, I do know that trauma is real and trauma affects just about everybody, in some form, fit, or fashion. Like me and Jizzle was talking earlier, and I made a point. I was like, nigga, trauma is when a nigga throw an apple at you when you little. And now today you hate eating apples. You hate apple pie. You hate apple cobbler, anything to do with a damn apple.
I mean, coming from a person like me, shit, throwing an apple at me, that shit, that will cause you trauma.
That-
That made me want to.
right,
I mean, I seen real trauma in the growing up, man, in the community, well, in the hood. That's what
right, right, right,
I'm talking about. They get real at you. I mean, it ain't nothing to brag about, but it seems normalized nowadays, but it actually ain't because the trauma that we went through when we was younger was a different type of trauma. Cause shit, like you said, a bit threw an apple at you, you beat their ass, you go home and get you a beating because you done got in trouble in school. Now that beating you got when you got home was traumatizing because you knew not
right,
you ain't know whether the next time a nigga throw an apple at you to beat his ass or say, God, no shit, I don't know, but I don't want that beating at the house. You like, God damn, this shit confusing.
right. I guess when you put it like that, it's actually good traumas and bad traumas.
Yeah,
When you put it like that, because that ass whooping taught you something.
you damn
It
right.
it taught you do not try that shit again. Don't you try that shit again, or else your ass is grass.
Your ass is grand, boy. And then the drugs and stuff we seen and the violence, the head busting, the violence. That's
Right.
a lot of trauma. But or parents not being there or treating you any type of way. Yeah, that's trauma. What we go through in our community. These are the things that we really need to try to correct.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I mean, when I look at it that way and I see the devastation of just the trauma of generational poverty and people growing up in the projects and shit like that, that's like literally you got people out here 4 5 generations living in one project building,
Yeah.
and for them that's kind of all they know. So it's not even a thing to feel like you can get out of that situation. It's like it's normalized to you. You see something nice somewhere, you like, ooh. I'm kind of glad my parents exposed us to a lot of different things, me and my brother, because we took a lot of trips. We got to actually see some things growing up. So it didn't limit uh our imagination, if you will. And children should definitely have imagination. But when you growing up in the projects, nigga, the only imagination you got is imagining not getting your ass whooped. You imagine finding a pistol on the way home. So if that nigga try you again, you
See,
can handle that.
I do all that. But see, Tony, you like, don't forget, cuz on Luke Street. See,
Oh
remember
yeah, tell the story. See,
we were about to
see
fight.
this, see, this my real cousin, y'all. So he know personal things about me. We go way, way, like way, 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 way back. I said way back. That's a long time.
We fought every day at the bus stop and shit, nigga. So I forgot what happened that day, and I was like, "Cuz, what? Let's." Cuz say, he got that raspy. He always had that raspy voice. He looked at me square in my eyes. He said, "Cuz, I'm a lover, not a fighter." Nigga, we in the third grade.
Oh man.
We
Let
in
me
the
take these shades off. I'm sweating like a dog. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Cause I remember that. I remember you saying I said I was a singer too, not a fighter one time.
Matter of fact, you said you were a singer, not You was a singer.
Right.
I'm a singer, not a fighter. And
And
matter of
that
fact, that you said, have you said I'm a singer, not a fighter? It's awesome. La 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 la. I said this nigga
right.
crazy.
That holds true.
That nigga
That
said
holds
la
true.
la la. I said,
That definitely holds true.
my God,
All right.
cousin.
That was funny. Let's get into some of these clips, man, because you sent me a few clips. I had a few in the chamber. Um, let's go ahead and talk about some of these clips. Episode 25, T Love Talks. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button.
Let go.
Let's run it.
Credit is so important. So think about this. Now, I want to show y'all that you might want that nice car, but let's buy that car if it's over 6,000 pounds, and let's put that car in a company name or LLC so we can write it off and get that car for free. So anytime you go and buy a car from now on, I'm giving y'all a game. Make sure it's over 6,000 pounds. Make sure you got a company or LLC. Put that in there and write it off, and then you got a free car. You could get whatever car you want. Say, for instance, it's a Benz, it's a Cadillac, it's a Mercedes, the big one. It don't matter. You could write these cars off so we don't, and guess what? We can lease it. We don't have to own nothing. We can't take it with us. The most important thing that I realized, man, I'm keeping my money and saving my money while I'm out here leasing these cars. I could get a new one every year. And so we got to start thinking like that. They've been programming their cultures like that for years. We don't understand that. And so I go to a dealership and look for a car that's over 6,000 pounds, and I'm writing it off.
Big common sense.
Yeah. But when I saw that clip though, first thing I thought about is, you know, the trauma of not having enough credit to get what you want. And in our community, that's a big deal.
Yeah, right.
Like that's a big deal. Like credit is a huge part of black people's trauma. Because when you think about it, I mean, it's like we go through life not having a clear understanding of how other people are doing things and making this shit look easy, family. And that traumatizes us, man. How you feel about that, man? Like credit situation, that shit is
I can understand me personally because I literally understand it. I don't f with it. But don't follow my lead. Don't follow.
right.
I'm no financial
Oh,
advisor.
you one of these cash brothers. You like cash? Like what's your take on it? You believe in the mighty dollar.
Yes, I do, and material things and of that nature. You see what I'm saying? And credit is fine too, but see that's just like Bitcoin shit. People say Bitcoin or cryptocurrency ain't real shit. You can't see no goddamn credit. You see what I'm saying? Eventually, because that's what the shit going to crypto and credit. You'll be able to do little something with it, but man, please. But what you're gonna do? You're gonna write it off on taxes, but you're still not buying that car off. You still gonna have to buy that car. You still gonna have to give your cash money to those people for that vehicle. That's never gonna be yours. So my thing is to buy something I won't need, take care of it, and not to worry about it no more, and pay the little small expenses that they gonna make me pay, like insurance and shit like that. But hey,
Right. So you have the mind of a minimalist. I'm kind of the same way because you know, I've learned to adapt to the community, but at the end of the day, I mean, shit.
but like you
I
say,
mean,
credit is
that should drive
traumatizing.
you crazy.
Yeah, it's traumatizing because we trying to stress our life out trying to get like these white people when they done took everything from us. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna say I ain't finna let me I don't we don't want to get canceled. You
No,
feel
I mean you can say white people.
I mean, but these creditors or these banks or whatever who own these mugs who making up this invisible interest and money rate.
The powers that be, right. Yeah.
So
Fiat money.
yeah, so it's scary.
Right.
Imagine if we had to go by that alone, because it's getting. I mean, shoot, man. You talking about real criminals? You will turn average people into the cyber criminals, real criminals. Nigga ain't never robbed nothing before. We're going to Walmart, start taking shit. Nigga, give it to me.
Right. When it get to that point, shit, we might as well start rejoicing, nigga. Shit. Black people have woken all the way up. Yeah, nigga. When it get to that point,
it's coming, cuz.
You know, I'll be blogging live on the scene like we are down here at Walmart right now. Look at Jerome. He got him a 62 inch.
I don't froze up.
I don't see you say I don't even know TV size. Jerome has him a 65 inch, and he's look like he's from Moncrief. If you don't know.
Can you still hear me, cuz?
I can still hear you. Your camera went out though.
Told you. I should have said that shit.
Uh-oh. That's all right. We have to get you an avatar, cuz that way you could talk and your avatar be showing.
Yeah, because the battery should be full. It's all good. Keep it going, cuz.
Yeah. I can hear your vocals. Can you still see the content on?
Yeah, I see you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and run another video. I think this is one of the ones you sent me, matter of fact.
Family, welcome to part 7, the 24 facts about the 12 seers and the Gikuyu tribe, giving y'all insight about the ancient African fraternity of black monks established by Moses to protect the Ark of the Covenant, who are demanding payment and apology from Disney and Marvel Studios for stealing from the tribal temple to create their Black Panther Wakanda franchise. And they're saying if they do not pay and apologize, they will make an example out of Disney for the history books of the future to prove that black people are God's people with true spiritual powers, using the sacred wisdom that they have been protecting for thousands of years. It's getting hot. Fact number 17, Atlanta, Georgia, ATL is officially Wakanda, West Wakanda, not because the fake ass movie was shot there, but because the 12 seers made it official when they mixed the dirt from Atlanta together with the dirt from the location where the meteorite really crashed into Africa, Mount Kenya, and they mixed it together for their ritual of world peace. Y'all see the Kroger bag right there pulling that dirt out the Kroger bag. Now y'all know, y'all see a Kroger bag, that dirt is coming from the south. Fact number 18 is a major key, so listen carefully and y'all remember this. The 12 seers is the first group on planet Earth to publicly report that the original Kabiru, aka Hebrew scroll, being located inside the Ark of the Covenant. Now y'all know the King James Version failed to give you that very key information. It only told you about the 10 commandments, the staff of Moses, and this little vase thing here. And by the way, the 12 seers still have the staff of Moses. But years later, after the 12 seers revealed this information, what do we have here that comes forward? The secret Nazarite Torah that had to be protected underground by the Nazarene order of the Essenes, because the Greek and Roman Empire used to burn people at the stake for having this version of the Torah. You literally used to be killed publicly for spreading this information to other people. And what does it say? It says exactly what the 12 seers said about the original scroll being inside the Ark of the Covenant. The book of Hanukkah chapter 1 verse 39 says, "Behold, last night as I meditated beneath the tree of life, the tree spoke to me saying, Abdiel," and Abdiel is Abel, like in this version, Cain and Abel. "Abdiel, the scripture you have written shall be called the Megillah," which means the scroll, the Nazarene Bible of the Essene way. "Though your scribes shall make copies, let the original copy written by your hand be housed in a box made of wood from my center branch. Then lo, the tip of the center branch fell from the holy tree, landing beside me, and the wood transformed itself into a box before my eyes without any work by man. And the box was covered with Nazarene symbols carved by the tree itself. And when the tree healed, and then the tree healed itself, yea, the center branch grew a new tip, and then the tree shed leaves, saying, These leaves are for the healing of all beings. Then behold, the leaves became pulp and formed themselves into a scroll upon which I transcribed the Megillah," and blah, 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 blah.
The seers. You heard me, cuz?
Yeah, I can actually hear you. Did you have to turn the camera back up?
Nah, the camera ain't come back up yet. I put one on charge and I guess one on dead. I don't know. One of them should have been able to run because I got 2 fucking batteries.
Okay, no worries. So this was a video that you sent me. It seems like he had some educational thought into this. He took some time to do some research. But what I would say is not shitting on the tribal men that came, got the dirt from Atlanta, but Atlanta is far from Wakanda. Atlanta is more like Gayconda. It's more like Asconda. I'm just saying, I'm be honest with you. Nigga, I lived in Atlanta. But no, I get it. The ritual is Atlanta is one of those places where it's like, you feel black power when you go to Atlanta. But just like any other city, it's trauma there. Because we see all the homosexual activity that goes on there. I mean, they literally got their streets painted, rainbow. Nothing against the Rainbow Coalition, but I think uh, that actually speaks on the trauma of our people. Damn, I done got all off subject. What did you get out of what was old boy was saying?
Well,
Because he was
basically,
talking.
it's
Mm-hmm.
trauma. Because okay, we gonna stick on this trauma thing because the Assyrians, but when Judah split after the North and the South split, and it became when Christianity came evolved, and Judaism basically became what it is today. See, the Seers they left. They were like the mystical, magical people. The Sadducees they were not yes the pharaohs and basically let me get to the point. The,
Okay, so all right,
hold
go ahead.
hold on, because see the scribers, which are the rabbis, the Catholic rabbis, these people that's claiming to be the Jews, has basically messed up everything. I'm off camera now. You see what I'm saying? So bam. When they came, that's why they had all the books and stuff from the writings of of our people. You see what I'm saying? And they held it. And what they did now is like you say, because see, them black people want their stuff back. You know what I mean? And Atlanta, see what a lot of people don't know, because we were a Pangean at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? We were all connected, and we still connected, our continents. And see, especially us being on the East Coast, we rap well. If the Pangean would have been together, we would have been right across the street from Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And you see what I'm saying? They talking about getting on an airplane and it take out days and shit. Bitch, we could get there on an airplane in a matter of hours. You see what I'm saying? In a boat in a matter of hours in a day. You see what I'm saying? They lying to us. You see what I'm saying? So we don't really know. That's why they gave us they tell you about the Bermuda Triangle, because it links points on the latitude and longitude that are very powerful points on this earth. Them people know what they doing, bro. Georgia is a very special place. It's a very special place. You know what I'm
I
saying?
believe that. I believe that.
It's a very special place. And Atlanta to be one of those those ping points. Yes, sir.
Right, just for that many black people being centralized in one area, it makes it
Yeah, and all them black people that done been killed over there, they done took the land from so many. I mean, you call them black, but they actually indigenous people. They Moors, they black Indians like us. We not
right,
we.
right, right.
I mean, we call ourselves African Americans because shit, like I said, we was all connected at one point in time, but shit done split, and it's about to do it again. Supposedly, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right. And that's a big trauma right there because just how you just explained how we identify with all this greatness, but you have the conflicting actually reality of the lives that people live. It's like, well, dang, we came from all this greatness, but shit, we out here you know, at the bottom of the barrel, with lack of better word.
And that's
But
understandable because we split up because we don't know what the fuck going on. We
trauma.
trauma. That's traumatizing to a nation. We
Right.
not, we should be a nation, cuz.
Right.
But as long as you got trauma in that goddamn nation, boy, that bitch gonna be crazy. And that's what's going on in our community. The little kids don't know nothing. They just dancing to music and shooting and
Right.
getting high.
Oh yeah, I think I got a video with some kids dealing with trauma. Let's get into some more of these videos though. This is episode 25, T-Lab Talk Podcast. Man, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button if you're watching the video. You catch the replay. Go over to the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube. Let me put it up there so you can see it. But this is T-Love Talks Podcast. It's men having real conversations, and that's what we're doing now. We got to throw the black in there because it's black men having real conversation right now. We ain't afraid to say it. You heard what I said. Black men. Ooh, I think that word get under people's skin when they hear it. You know what I'm saying? We the most hated out here. But at the same time, we the most loved. We the most feared. We the most adored. Black men. Gotta say it with aggression, with power. And let's get to some more of these videos, cuz.
That's all. That's all.
So I'm watching this and I'm reading this quote. This is a quote from Hitler about the Jews and pretty much the ones that were in the Holocaust. It says the genetic heritage of the Jews is purportedly traced to the Oriental, Shemitic, Negro, Near Asian, and Hamitic African peoples. And then it goes on to say that he quotes that, and I remember hearing, I probably would get blacked out for this, but I remember hearing and seeing the reason why Hitler was really killing them is because he knew they were not the real children of God as they claimed. And he was like, y'all are bullshit. And so he made it his right to exterminate those who were saying who they were. And so what's so deep about this documentary is that now it has a quote from Hitler. It says, believed to be said by Adolf Hitler in a secret document before his death in an undisclosed location. And it says, he says, America has God's jewelry. The Americans have the jewels of God. The Americans have stolen God's precious jewels. He's talking to a soldier. Says, what do you mean, his precious jewels? The soldier asked. Hitler said, America has stolen the Jews, the jewels of God, his jewelry, the Negroes. They are the true Hebrews. What a foolish move and a direct challenge to God. And they plan on moving these false white Jews into the state of Israel. Because the white Jews know that if the Negroes are because the white Jews know that the Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep America's secret, the Jews will blackmail America. They will extort America. Their plan for the world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they are. So apparently this is supposed to be something that Hitler said in the meeting right before he died in an undisclosed location. So this might be the part here where they say is anti-Semitic part, but because it has Hitler in the damn thing, but it has documents and things from all type of people in all walks of life, not just him. But that is deep, that I've heard that before, seen stuff like that before, and then now to see that he did think that, and they have it in documentation. That's deep. This documentary is dope. And there's no need for them to even be saying it's anti-Semitic, but because it's revealing truths. Like it says, a lie can't stay a lie forever. And so it's, time is up. That's pretty much what it's saying. And this has been out for a couple years, so interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I been knew that, cuz.
Yeah, I actually heard people, well, not even heard, but I've seen like, with the swastika sticker, that they used to wear.
Mm-hmm.
They say a lot of that symbolism comes from ancient Africa. So I haven't heard that particular story, but I do understand the dynamic of symbolism. And if that swastika comes from Africa, that actually would make sense why Hitler would say what he said. I mean, not that we were there. I don't know. I mean, he said he read it in a book. I don't know. I think it was an account of what Hitler said.
Hitler
Um,
Hitler had Jewish blood in him. He did.
AKA black blood.
Real Jew blood.
Okay, so but when we're saying that,
But because he had one side of him that was from probably like the Edomite or one of those mites, but the other half, yeah. And that's why he never messed with Africa. He always tried that. To this day, Russia always try to have Africa. Help Africa. They've never been one to try to plunder Africa, but everybody else, the United States, British, the French, yeah, the Europe basically, yeah, they plundered and pillaged that bit. You know what I'm talking about? And
right.
that's why they fighting today for Ukraine. And see, we still they Europeans are still on that foolishness. But God said, with all that bull crap y'all doing, He gonna show them. And Russia and China done linked up or trying to link up or might link up. Boy, it is not supposed to be pretty because we already at war. And literally, I ain't gonna lie, cause see, they finna kill up a lot of them people over there with them fake rights and. Oh man, it's sad. I feel sorry for them people, but man, shoot. All right, they God getting down to the point. Earth, why?
Right. Hey, shout out to Big Ivan in the building.
Cook,
Says salute, fellas.
cook.
What up, dog? Big dog. Glad to see you in the chat, my brother.
What to
Yeah,
do?
we taking a different approach on the show tonight. One of my other friends, she was like, y'all always talking about hoes. Shit, it's too much content not to talk about hoes. Not to talk about that shit. But it is a lot of other content out there. And I'm glad KT approached me, and him, we may start coming together and doing a show on Wednesdays, which, I'd be excited to do that with my cousin. He's very knowledgeable. Think he a little nervous tonight, but hey, he off camera so he could be himself in the background. Go ahead and hit that like button, y'all. It's yours truly, Mr. T Love Talks, episode 25, trauma in the community. We're gonna talk about it tonight. We got some more clips. Let's keep it pushing, cuz we're gonna get through these clips.
Oh yeah.
So I recently posted a video that described some of the writings of Harold Wallace Rosenthal, and some of the people were like, nah, not really. Like, it was totally impossible. I know it sounds so wicked and so demonic that it's hard to believe, but let's just take a look at some of his other quotes from his writings. Let's dig in. Quote number 1. Most Jews do not like to admit it, but our God is Lucifer, and we are his chosen people. Let's continue. We Jews have put issue upon issue to the American people. Then we promote both sides of the issue as confusion reigns. With their eyes fixed on the issue, they fail to see who is behind every scene. We Jews toy with the American public as a cat toys with a mouse. Next, we have castrated society through fear and intimidation. Its manhood exists only in combination with a feminine outward appearance. Being so neutered, the populace has become docile and easily ruled. As geldings in nature, their thoughts are not involved with the concerns of the future and their prosperity, but only with the present toil and the next meal. Anti-Semitism does not signify opposition to Semitism. There is no such thing. It is an expression we use effectively as a smear word used to brand as a bigot like you guys, anyone who brings criticism against Jews. We use it against hate mongers. Let's keep rolling. It is a reality that we have complete control over organized Christianity almost anywhere completely. We Jews must become lawyers so we could control and strangle the courts. We should become teachers and leaders in all the churches. We Jews continue to be amazed with ease by which Christian Americans have fallen into our hands, while the naive Americans wait for, looks like that's Khrushchev to bury them. We have taught them to submit to our every demand. For 40 plus years, they've called this man a hater. They've drugged this man name through the mud. They've canceled him. They've taken him off social media. They've called him a hater constantly, but with the real haters, please stand up. I heard the minister say you can't fathom the mind of Satan, but if you want to get a peek into his mind, get a peek into his actions, go get this book, The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews.
Deep shit.
Yeah. So to me, what it sounds like he's saying is your founding fathers, not my founding fathers, but your founding fathers made a deal with the devil. That's what it sounds like to me. Sound like a covenant was created maybe way back before 1776. At least that's the date they gave us. I'm not sure if they found a goddamn thing.
They definitely did.
I think we was already here, cuz.
I know we will, cuz.
They try to tell us these stories about the Indians, and nigga, you is an Indian.
Look at us.
Man, if you see some of those old paintings or some of those Indians that they'll let get out, they sneak out. Man, you didn't have you might have had a few red Indians here and there, but at the end of the day, they were still melanated as hell. But the bulk of whatever we know as Indians is the niggas that we see right now running around Florida with this thick ass hair, with this melanated complexion, with this silky dark skin. A lot of them niggas running around Miami.
High cheekbones and wide noses.
And I believe a lot of us came up here to North Florida because you had the waterways. African people always stayed around waterways, man. We were circumnavigating the whole goddamn planet. So fresh water is essential. Fish is essential. And that's just what it is. Like, that's what we did. Those are the things that we knew to do as the indigenous people of the world that gave the rest of the planet the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to goddamn survive. So that was interesting. Now, you want to speak more on that Hitler situation? Was that no? That was the well, he was talking about Farrakhan too. He had some good points.
Yeah.
He was talking about fear and intimidation, and that goes back to the subject of the video tonight: trauma in the community, fear and intimidation. I mean, if we know anything about ourselves, we know that we're fearful of anything that's got to do with defending ourselves from the powers that be. Shit, we got so much trauma in the community, you'll delete your brother without a thought. Shit, matter of fact, when you go by your pistol, your chopper, that's all you could think about is using it on a nigga, a naga. You can't even conceive using it on what's considered as the real opposition, the powers that be. And I'm not talking no hate speech like some all-out warfare on white people. Excuse me. No, I'm talking about just the mindset of how much trauma you have in the fear there that you would only have in your mind. This the reason why you getting this firearm, so you can kill another nigga. I'm just saying. I guess we can get to the next video. I think I brought that point home. You want to speak more on that?
Go
Because I'm good on
how black people. Okay, all right.
that.
Let's get to the next video. We got a few more to go, and we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We only 39 minutes into the show. Go ahead and hit the like button. You want to comment on the video? Trauma in the community. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some hoes too, because these hoes, boy, they're a problem. The trauma that they have is causing the whole world to go into a spiral. Cause boy, you could not find you a good bitch out here. This shit is ridiculous. All right, let me get into some more of these topics.
Listen
Black
to this.
teenager. This video is going viral. She's eulogizing her father, who she called a Trump-loving racist.
But Dad, please know that while I'm grateful and highly aware of all that you've given this family, I still don't miss you. When you died, I felt like there was a hole. I missed something, but it wasn't you. It was the idea of what you could become. I miss being able to hope and wish that one day you turn a corner and see the world from my perspective. I miss the idea that one day you might help me fight for the things that matter. I missed my fantasy of you. Because when you died, it solidified the fact that you'll never be what you could have been, but only what you are. And what you are is a racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, Trump-loving, cis-straight white man. That is all you will ever be to me. And Dad, before you tell me to respect the dead, please remember that you disrespected and disregarded the lives and deaths of entire communities of people with your ideology. You told me to never back down, so I won't. You know for a fact that even against you, I'm not afraid to share my peace. You are everything I aspire not to be, and I refuse to stand up here and sing the praises of a man who is the paradigm of white supremacy. So I'll take your racist mindset, I'll take your money, and I'll take your advice. And I swear to God I will make this world a better place. Not at all because of you, but in exact opposition to you. Thank you.
Hey, cuz. I know.
Get that girl a round of applause. What you was finna say, cuz?
I know that crack like this here. You goddamn bitch gave
Right.
all this goddamn money that raised you right. And you fucking hate Trump still? God damn it, I can't believe I raised your nigger ass.
That nigga in hell right now, raising hell. Literally.
But
In hell, raising hell.
when I seen it, I thought it was funny and ironic. I was like, this is some bullshit on us at the same time. I was like, this man dead. He don't raise you. He don't fed you. He might have felt this way about the politics. He's not a black man. And see, that's trauma. Because if you would have been raised in a black community, I wonder if it would have been the same way, or if you would have been raised by a mother and a father, a black mother, father, or your parents, would you have felt different? But you sounded so fucking selfish right then.
Right.
But at the same time, now if he was walking around calling you, nigga, bitch, go clean my socks.
Oh shit.
That'd be different. I'd be like,
Yeah,
God, you should take off on this.
That's a whole different trauma.
Yeah,
A whole different trauma.
You never know, man.
I mean, I believe if you what the thing is, this is how I really feel about it, KT. I feel like you could come from two black parents and wind up having trauma. You could have a black parent and a white parent, still wind up having trauma. One thing I'm learning about this trauma thing, it doesn't discriminate, should I say.
Right.
I mean, shit, you could have a rich parent and still wind up with trauma. You can have a poor ass parent, which in most cases you have trauma. So I'm like, golly. But she snapped though. She snapped. Like, what I would say is, I would say she's on the right track, because ultimately when you feel a certain way about a certain thing, I mean, everything inside of you is telling you that's the right thing to do, as long as it ain't hurting nobody, which obviously it wasn't hurting him. He was in the grave already, but
yeah,
I mean,
I'm a person of dignity and class, and I do believe that in the future that us as a nation, when we become a nation, we're gonna have to show dignity and class, because when we do get on top, we don't need to act like they acted. because you know what I'm saying, out of anger or whatever feelings. Be blessed that we on top now. We doing better and we're becoming into what God has for us. Don't take the opportunity to step on spit on a person's grave, even though you might have hated that person or this that. But with dignity in class, talk to her, go to that closet and talk to God, and boy, deal with it.
Right,
Then you
right,
start dealing with yourself.
right,
You
right, right.
start eliminating that trauma and drama in your life.
And but in the actual interviewer, he made a point too. He was like, it was no real outburst. You heard a couple of people kind of outbursts, but it wasn't nothing big. And at the end, they actually clapped for it. So
Yeah,
this
that
guy
was
might have been a he might have been a scumbag, and
because that
he
was her family members. You know, everybody in there was white.
right. Shit, they know what time it is. They
Yeah,
like
they
shit.
would
That
say
motherfucker.
shit.
That was a motherfucker right there. That's my brother. He hated him some niggas. My brother hated him some niggas. I tell you right now, but I loved him to death. That goddamn nigga daughter is. Golly. All right, let's get let's get to some more stories. Let me see. I got somebody in the comments. Let's get to some more stories. Constantine in the building says, Phip, what it do, my brother? Y'all know Constantine. That's my co-host. T Love Talks
What to do?
every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, where we talk that culture, we talk about serious issues, we talk about funny issues. We never try to take ourselves too seriously, but at the same time, you ain't gonna disrespect us, nigga. Constantine, appreciate you chiming in tonight, bro. You already know if you need a link, you can come on in, my brother. I know what kind of day you had today. We spoke earlier, so glad you in the chat, my brother, supporting the show. Let's check out some more of these videos. Episode 25, T Love Talks podcast. Hit the like button. Trauma in the black community. Me and KT, with the Sweetwater degree, we talking about it tonight. Let's go.
It's Dimitri calling again, the guy from the street. I left you a message several days ago. I don't like leaving second messages, but I like you. You're a very elegant woman. You're very attractive, but I don't play that game. So here's how it's going to work. If I do not receive a phone call back from you by 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon, I'm no longer interested. I'm very intelligent. I'm great in bed. I make great money. Believe it or not, I'm a complete catch. Matter of fact, I'm one of the few men in the city that has nothing wrong with him. Now, I understand if you've got other issues. I don't know, maybe you were abused in childhood. Maybe you're just a person who's extremely frightened or has an anxiety disorder. Maybe you're on some medication for that. I don't know. There could be another issue. If you're psychologically normal and you haven't called me because there's been some horrible thing that's happened in your life which prevented you, that's fine. Otherwise,
All right, I think we can get into relationship trauma now, man.
Crazy.
Dog, how many times have you heard females like vent about dudes being like assholes? Like like that in itself, a woman dealing with too many assholes creates a traumatized young lady. And this is what we deal with a lot of times, man. When you out here dating, you know, it was a funny little skit, but at the end of the day, she called him back by that time. She was ready for the gangster shit because the trauma that happens in dealing with Pookie and Ray Ray, constantly having to look out the window to make sure the door not about to get kicked in, is something that I feel like a lot of our women are turned on by. And I think that's a trauma mentality. I really do.
A lot of these women it's traumatizing trying to even holler at a chick nowadays because they might be trying to set you up. I hate to say it, cuz.
Oh man.
So vice versa. Dog see
Yeah.
dog green as fuck, but he seen that pretty ass black skin, that melanated skin, and was like, fuck. She's not calling me. I normally I drive a Honda Accord 2021. Fuck. He don't even know the sisters nowadays. Shit, they like this here. I want to see if this nigga toxic or not. Shit. If he don't call in every day, 3, 4, 5 for the next week, and then buy me something to eat and get my nails done, I ain't shit, and I still might not give him no pussy. Nigga, he fucked
Okay,
up.
nigga, that's nigga, that's cap, nigga. These that's trauma. Shit, expecting those type of things
That's what I'm
from a
saying.
man right along. Yeah,
That's how a lot of them is, cuz. That's
yeah.
how a lot of them is. Like, not all of them, but in some sort of manner, boy, they want something, boy. And dog trying to be nice and shit, nigga, no. Nigga,
We
no.
got we got Chantel in the chat. She said, "Hey, Kane, what's up, Chantel? One of our loyal watchers. Hey, y'all already know what it is. It's yours truly, Mr. T Love. T Love Talks. I got KT with me tonight, my blood cousin.
What it do,
His
Mr.
cam- his camera went out when we started the show, and I just put two and two together because we were in the green room for like 2 hours
Yeah.
before the show started, just chopping it up. So I just put it together because
I wonder
So
why.
yeah, it wouldn't have went out if we wouldn't have been on that long. But nevertheless, I still got you here. We got a few more videos to go through. We 51 minutes into the show. It's T Love Talks, the hottest motherfucking podcast in the motherfucking alpha sphere, the manosphere, in your sphere,
Let
in my
go.
world, in your world.
Let go. Let go.
Let's check out the next video. Trauma in the community.
Okay, if your mother would have complied to the request that I made for a DNA test, I would have been there. You would have never had to hurt for nothing. Never wanted for anything.
Answer to that. No one ever asked me for a DNA
You're a
test.
liar. I've
never,
requested from the courts. I've requested for 23 years. I've been fighting this, Teresa.
Me with any request whatsoever.
You are a liar. I've got the proof. The judge has the proof where I've requested.
And let
All right. So I picked that video just to give an example, even though those were Europeans inside of the video. I know a whole lot of niggas that are going through the trauma of the court system. You want to talk about the trauma of black men being paraded through the court system, KT? Child support, different things.
Yes.
Can't get their license.
Yes.
Can't get to work.
Yeah, that's part of the system. That's part of the network that set up. I mean, like we was talking earlier. I mean, if we could get on one accord as a family, it'll work. But the system is meant to have us broken up, and therefore is working perfectly.
Yeah, that shit is definitely running like a well-oiled machine. But it's one of those things, man, where it makes it very tough for black men specifically to actually consider being in a type of relationship that they truly are inspired to be in because of nature. Simple as that. I mean, when you got all of these outside entities, these forces that are coming against you, and that causes trauma, man. It's a lot of that going on, man. And I kind of, I feel my brothers. I don't have children. I never had to go through that, so I've been blessed and lucky enough to, not have to deal with that. But what I seen, man, boy, look at here, man. I worked with this one cat because this Negro had 8 kids. He was 27 years old, and he was on child support for every last one of them.
Understandable.
Nigga, when I tell you this Negro, whenever it was an opportunity to work,
He was working.
he was working. It was no days off, man. I felt so bad for the brother because I'm like, dog, your life is pretty much
You say
over with.
he had
He
8
had,
kids,
he
bro?
had 8, and he was 27 years old.
Oh, they needed 2 more. He ain't got to pay no more child support for none of them.
Oh shit, you about to educate some Negroes out here. Shit. Is that's a real law?
You got that go right. Uncle Ted shot for it and did it. Yeah, a lot of brothers do it, man. When they figure it out, once they got 5 or 6 niggas, every chance they get, they finna bust on that bitch.
They're trying to shoot the club up.
Yes, sir.
Brah! Brah!
It's all that put me on child support, bitch. Catch me if you can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They come swing through, might do this or do that. But yeah.
Man, I done heard niggas say they had to move to Canada, nigga, shit, to get away from that shit.
Niggas do stuff like that too. Most niggas just sell dope shit.
Right, and stay off
yeah,
underground and shit. Stay off the grid and shit.
Off the grid.
All right, well let's stop giving all that game and shit, even though them crackers know what time it is. All right, let's get into some more of these clips, man. This has been a fun show tonight, man. We got a few more clips to jump into. Trauma in the community. T-Love Talks, episode 25. Y'all already know what it is. Let's check this one out.
How come not one person in Africa came and started a war for us?
So this is a video I've been seeing online, and I feel like I needed to say something about it because it concerns me. I'm from Uganda, and I feel like African Americans don't get enough education about Africa, and it's really something that needs to be changed. So this lady is an African American woman who says, why did a continent like Africa did not come to fight and bring back our ancestors back into the continent? And you need to realize that the people that actually stayed into the land or into the continent were actually even worse than you who left, because they were fighting almost different colonizers. There was the Europeans, the Portuguese, the Arabs, the Italians. You know how everything happened if you read history and if you do. So they were fighting for their land. They were being tortured. They were being murdered. They were being separated from their families. A lot was happening. They were actually looking for survival. And if you even look into how we got independence, most African countries got independence in 1980s, 1990s. I think the last country was South Africa. Not so sure, but I think so. So for you to make a video and come and say our ancestors neglected you is kind of insulting to me as an African, because even today, Africa is still fighting colonizers. Do you understand? And there's this thing that African Americans, you say, the house Negro and the field Negro. Yeah, African Americans act like they are the ones in the house, and we Africans are the ones in the field. How ironic. And the funny thing that Black Americans forget, or African Americans forget, is every time Africans are killed, every time Africans are erased, they become the minority, because in this day-to-day of 22, Africa is the only continent that can fight for Black Americans, and they don't see that. And they also accept this narrative they put in them that Africans don't like them. I like Black Americans, and I want to be friends with one or some, but I don't see any. And it's so funny because you act like you're special, but at the same time, I see on TV you're killed like us. You're treated the same way like us. I saw the George Floyd incident. I see it on social media. You're treated like us. You're always raising your hands. You're always on pressure. You're always taken up. So why do you have to act like you're special? We are one person. So why aren't you blaming your oppressors? Why aren't you blaming the people who took you there? Did we build those boats that took you there? Did Africans build those boats that took you there? Maybe, okay, yes, we participated. Our ancestors participated in the slave trade. But did they build those things that took you there? Let's stop with this narrative. And African Americans, start reclaiming your ancestral root in Africa. Stop that DNA test you're doing. It's just making you excited for nothing. Wake up one day, go to Africa, invest in Africa. Africa is your home. It's where the money is. And mind you, Black Americans, when you come to Africa, you're seen as Americans. You're seen as strong, smart people. So can you take advantage? We are one people. Let's wake up. Let's connect. Love is the...
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot to unpack right there. She had some great points. What I would say though is she threw a lot of shade too though. You heard her right. She was like, because the question was, why didn't African people come help or come back and get the so-called slaves from the Atlantic slave trade? And she, the best way she knew how, she tried to educate Black women on it. And this is something that is plaguing us, the trauma. But yeah, she did throw hella shade though. She said, I try to befriend black women, but none of them want to befriend me. And then you talk about George Floyd. You guys are getting killed in the street. Like she threw mad shade out there. I caught all of that shit. So what what I would say is, I mean, I guess she was trying to educate it, but at the end of the day, man, shit, we the most educated, powerful black people on the planet right now. And regardless of where we're at, that's the reality of it. And at this point, a true statement that she did say is, yeah, they was being colonized and being killed and deleted in the street, and going through all type of apartheid and all this old crazy shit, the pillaging of the land and the resources, which it is the richest place on earth. So mineral wise, resource wise,
Yes, sir.
So
they going through it right now because people don't even know it. It's a genocide in the Congo. It's been going on at least for a few months. I don't know if it done stop, but they done found some. Not uranium, but I forgot what mineral or metal they found.
Excuse me.
So, like she said, the Europeans and Americans and the Italians and of course they down there killing the shit out of and paying the other black people to kill them. Paying. That's why it's so fucked up. And that's what they doing that shit to America too. They paying them niggas to kill each other. I ain't gonna say no names, but it is what it is.
I mean that's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
In dealing with baby girl, even to ask a question like that, living in a place like where you're living at in America, having the internet, being able to research anything that you need to research.
Yeah.
Shit, you ain't even got to go to college no more.
Yeah.
It ain't nobody got to save you. You got to save yourself.
Yeah. She pretty, but she pretty dumb.
Pretty dumb.
Pretty dumb.
Pretty dumb. I agree. Let's get into some more of these clips. Let me go ahead and write this one off. Man, y'all go ahead and hit that like button. It's yours truly, Mr. T Love Talks Podcast. This episode 25. So when we get to our what is it, 56 episode, I guess we'll make that like an anniversary type episode. But let's check some more of these out before we get up out of here. I hope y'all enjoying the show. I got my cousin KT in the building with me. We was pre-gaming and his camera went out, but he in the building too, y'all. So hit that like. Yeah. I thought you knew where I've been.
Come on, keep on, guys.
Just doing fine within. I came back to let you know, oh yeah, I got a thing for you.
And I can't let go.
So make sure your ass watch the show, oh yeah. All right, let's check out the next clip. Hit the like button, goddamn.
Record. Let go of his neck. He's not going anywhere.
Stole the bike right out of a friend of mine's yard.
Let go of his shirt. Let go of his neck.
I give it.
Let go of his neck.
I give
okay,
it.
Fine. You ain't gotta hold his neck.
No, I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. For real,
That's the difference between people nowadays and like when we was younger. Man, God forgive me, because see, when I'm from the South and I'm from the West Side, man, it would have been really, really bad situation. And for one, no man, white, black, but got that as a kid, bitch. And if I would have seen that happening as a nigga, it would have been trauma.
Let's watch it one more time. You missed it.
Record.
Let go of his neck. He's not going anywhere.
Stole the bike right out of a friend of mine's yard.
Let go of his shirt. Let go of his neck.
I give it.
Let go of his neck.
I give
okay,
it.
Fine. You ain't gotta hold his neck.
No, I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it.
Man, I probably would have.
First First of all, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you hear him? I just ran in the backyard as though I ran his bike. That crack was drunk as that a motherfucker.
Yeah.
If I was Dog, I mean, I think Dog did the right thing.
No,
He was filming, but he made sure Buddy took his hands off of him. I don't blame him for doing that because that crazy ass white boy could have had a pistol on him.
You right.
And if Buddy ain't had no fire on him,
Man.
I wouldn't recommend. But by him standing up, having enough courage to actually tell dude, and this shit hit home with me, nigga. Shit, when you talk about trauma, shit, growing up in the South, like when you was telling your story, same thing here. Like I've actually had to experience that. You know what I mean?
Me too. I don't want to talk about my story because it's funny as fuck.
I'll get into mine, but I'm just saying, like, I literally was walking home from 4th grade and, going through my little bike trail, la-da-da-dee, headed to school.
That's you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Singing my little song in my little good spirit, good mood. You know what I'm saying? I probably just left the house listening to some Big Bub. Wasn't that Big Bub?
Yeah, you used
to
like
radio morning. What was that song he used to say? Or was that Christopher Williams?
Don't wake
me, I'm dreaming. Girl, don't wake me. Yeah, don't wake me. I'm dreaming. Yeah. Hit it, KT.
Girl, don't talk about you.
No.
It's been so long.
Okay, back to the real story. The trauma. Like, yeah, man, these white boys seen me going to school in my little happy-go-lucky mode, and they jumped me, dog, like for no reason. And I was like, they said I was blocking the walkway with the bike. The bike, you know what I'm saying? Because it was in between two fences. So, like, literally, dog, they was like 18, 19 years old. They wasn't, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't even in school, nigga. I'm like 4th grade.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, shit.
Oh,
nigga, that's
Chris and you supposed to tell Chris and goddamn
I told my dad. That's who I told. Shit, that was the first time I had an altercation outside of just my cousins beating my ass. Shit, I was used to those ass whooping. Shit, I knew they was coming every time I went to Pee Wee and Perkin house. I knew them ass whoopings was coming. Shit. How the hell you think I learned how to fight? Shit.
Yeah, you go around cousins and shit, you gonna have to be tough, man.
Oh, man.
Especially if you solo.
Yeah, Constantine, man. The little dude was he was autistic, clearly, man. Like that shit, that was way out of bounds, dog. Like that shit was way out of bounds, dog. Like I mean, I know me, I probably would have really sized that motherfucker up. I would have made sure I would have looked on him, but I keep my fire on me all the time anyway. You know what I'm saying? But he wouldn't even been like that. Wasn't even a threat. That was like, nigga, I could blow you down, nigga, like a big bad wolf, motherfucker.
I might have ripped the beard off his face.
He said my friend's backyard. I took a bite. Watch this one more time. This shit struck a nerve with trauma in our community.
Man,
and this is something that I think it boils over to like law enforcement. I'm gonna watch it one more time and I'm gonna talk about this and we're gonna get to the next clip. We already an hour and 8 minutes in. Let's go.
Let go of his neck. He's not going
Stole the bike right out of a friend of mine's yard.
Let go of his shirt. Let go of his neck.
I keep it. I keep
Let
it.
go of his neck.
I keep
Okay,
it.
fine. You ain't gotta hold his neck.
He should have pulled him by his beard and pulled him all the way to the concrete and made him fall on the cell phone.
That's what you would have did, cuz.
You would have had that cell phone right to his head when he was on the concrete. I would have
Oh my God.
Pulled him right on.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. But just to speak a little bit more on this, man, as far as trauma in the community, I think we don't talk about this enough. Being harassed by these race warriors growing up, in my opinion, that's what they are. I mean, they're there to protect and serve not you, but the establishment. So for me, man, that was always an issue, man. Like just the possibility of being harassed by one of these race soldiers. And that was a trauma for me for a long time, cuz until I came into an actual knowledge of myself. That was a big one for me, man. And I don't think we talk about that enough. Cause I mean, shit, you know it right now. Shit, you be riding down the street, man. You see one of them race soldiers come up in your little rearview mirror. Shit, I actually seen a summit, and it was like a State of the Black Union summit, and it was there. It was full of like black doctors and lawyers and Congress people and just the top tier, active, this, that, and the third. And they were literally on stage talking about the fear that they have when they see an officer get behind them. So that lets you know how real that trauma is. You think it's just Pookie and Ray Ray, but nigga, nah, it's
police.
Yeah, it's Theodore. What was what was Theodore middle name on Huxtable's? Theodore. I forgot that nigga name. He had a crazy, but even them niggas
You even know.
feel some kind of way when the popo get behind them. So I think that's a big trauma in our community. And I think what actually helped me with that trauma is just having a knowledge of self, man. Just understanding that, um, you know, these entities that are outside of you don't actually control your world, and your world starts in your own mind. And once you know how to deal with that trauma, man, it becomes, man, you can erase that shit. But you let one get in my mirror right now, shit, I move the mirror. I don't even want to see you back there. Like it's certain rituals you have to do to create a way to evade Satan, if you will. Cause you want to speak on that?
They like this up. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. For one thing, I know I'm covered. I'm covered, and I ain't doing nothing wrong.
Speak on it.
And once I mean, when you ain't doing nothing wrong, just go by the law. Do the right things. Know the law.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I think that's pissing white folks off too. That black folks are getting smart enough to not ride around and smoke trees in the car like that no more and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You probably still got a certain level of it, but you wise enough to, have maybe one J and some good ass air freshener. You already know you got blunt power. You good. Your shit ain't. You know what I'm saying? Smoke the fuck out. Like you do got we got common sense now. They ain't taking as many of us to jail as they was. So
not to interrupt, cuz if you don't mind me interjecting.
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of people get game fucked up. They think, oh man, I got some weed in the car, or I got this in the car. It's no need to panic. If you know the fucking laws and what's gonna happen with whatever the situation is, just do the fucking right thing, and you 9 out of 10 times shit'll go smooth. I done seen Jits motherfucking ain't never been to jail selling a little bit of dope and have a little bit of doping on them and smoking the J. Police get behind them and they put them on a high speed chase. Nigga, is you crazy? For one,
right.
You see what I'm saying? When you put the shit out. Get rid of it one way or the other. Fucking air bitch out, like you say, spray some shit. Nigga, talk to them crackers and go and deal with
what you got to deal with, right? It's gonna be less trauma on your ass if you go ahead and deal with what you got to deal with. But the first part of it is the mind, man, and niggas gotta realize that nothing outside of you is controlling what you're doing in your day-to-day life. We so traumatized with, believing, that everything just has control over us. But if you control your own mind, shit, I mean, you can evade Satan, just like I said earlier. All
That's
right, I
not
think we
that's not even put yourself in that position not to even do the damn shit.
right. Facts. All right, I got a couple of more videos and we're gonna get out of here. We done had a good show tonight. Episode 25, T Love Talks Podcast. Go ahead and hit that like button. I'm gonna put the YouTube up here so y'all can make sure y'all check out the YouTube channel. Let's check this other video. I think I got 2 or 3 more and we out of here.
I hope nobody in their right mind will ever think I get fined like this for a piece of man. Are you dumb? I do this for all the times I slept on myself, sweetie.
All right, so y'all know I was gonna have to get into some of these thoughts, man, for the end of the show. I wasn't gonna hit y'all with all that super conscious shit and not talk about these HOs, nigga. Let me tell you something, man. These women are so traumatized that they feel like it's a it's a duty for them to play games with the black man. This is this is the trauma that I think that occurs with just not having a righteous, godly mindset. And I think with social media, it also causes a certain type of a trauma to where you feel like the world needs to see your interactions with everything you're doing. Like let me round this in. Okay, so you got women out here, right? Thinking that they're the prize for a man, but doesn't really they don't really understand what being the prize is. They think just getting real cute is the prize. And I think a lot of that trauma comes from how we're being raised inside of our communities now. You sit your baby in front of the TV. By the time your baby get 2, 3 years old, they already acting out scenes from goddamn Love and Hip Hop. Now, if this ain't trauma, I don't know what the hell trauma is because I don't know about you, cuz, but I done seen some sassy ass little goods out here. And if we keep this shit up, we're gonna be in a society of traumatized, fake ass Barbies. Don't nobody want to say that shit. Don't nobody want to say that shit. I'm gonna speak on it though. You got anything on that? Cause the trauma of the validation, wanting to have so much validation. Like when did we start doing this? Like, cause I go back to just like I said, the way the children are just being stuck in front of the TV.
I mean, when it comes to the family and our women, we all off core. They have been led by, like you said, these entities. So it's very hard to find some quality, but it's up to us to bring that to the table. You know what I'm saying? Because they out there, we like. I mean, because they like us now. We like them to an extent now, which ain't supposed
The
to be.
roles change, right?
It's supposed to be like that.
You got women being more masculine and you got men being more feminine.
That's right.
And I'm gonna prove that right now with this next video. I think I got this clip. Let me see if I can find this clip.
Use this.
The clip. Hold on.
We got a lot of fish too.
Yeah, I didn't get that clip. Oh man, I wanted to get that clip. It was a clip of a dude, and his girl was actually, she pretty much had him up in the air while she was singing a love song, and this nigga was like on her hips. She was holding him up in the air. I was like, man, this shit is.
I mean, see, you got real life simps out here in this world, cuz. I mean, you got real like soft ass men out here in this world, cuz you got men, males out this bitch who wasn't raised right in this world. Same thing, vice versa. The shit is all fucked up. When my gay cousin told me that his ex-girlfriend from high school still want to get with him and she knew he was gay, I said, ain't got it. Man, I'm like, nigga, what is going on? This shit is off balance, my nigga. I'm glad they stopped with that daylight saving time bull crap. Cause these niggas need to get on the right time, my nigga.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Our women, and there's some good ones out there, but like it's they over masculine. I mean, shit. They getting. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with getting money.
And that's part of the trauma of so many of our women being in single parent homes. Like that's part of that trauma. And if you want to talk about it, that goes back a lot of times to the system. And we talked about that in the past. The where how the powers that be, the government came in, started offering all these aids, taking the black man out of the home. And now you got situations where you got families that's not families, they survival units. Because I don't care what you say, if a man ain't in the house, it ain't a family. And a lot of women are getting mad at me for saying that. I think it's just what it is. It's a survival unit.
And you know what, cuz? I mean, I'm gonna just this is my might be off subject, but I think as a man, a black man, we have to start choosing better who we sleep with.
Facts.
I know that in the past I've been very promiscuous. You see,
Facts.
So and those spirits has attached to me, and you could tend to attract another promiscuous spirit. You see what I'm saying? So these things that keep us unbalanced, and then if you fuck around and have a child with that person, then you gonna have a little whole ass nigga, a whole little child. You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother trauma. That's a whole nother conversation, especially when you think about how in the black community we're known for being over sexualized. Hence, that could come from slavery or whatever it come from. You hear about situations like that. Not saying we the only community that goes through that, but that does run rampant inside of our communities. Got Zoe in the building. Lonnie Lon, say what's up, fellas.
Hey, what's
Man,
up?
shit, what's up, bro? If you just getting in the building, Lonnie, you're gonna have to go back and watch the replay, man. We've been going in, dog. This been a hell of a show tonight, man. And I really, 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 really appreciate my cousin KT coming on tonight, my blood cousin.
Yes,
Episode 25, man. Trauma in the black community, man. And I just wanna again give him a shout out. And hopefully this is the beginning of another beautiful relationship. T Love Talks podcast, men having real pill conversations. Lonnie says, I feel, yes, sir, man. Much love, much respect, Lonnie. Lonnie did a show with me a few weeks ago, man. I appreciate having him as well. And we're going to get some more of the brothers on. And ultimately, shit, I want to start getting some panel shows. I got some females in mind. If they mind right, they excellent content creators, but you know how women is, but they like to say they part, and but once they get riled up, they get a little emotional. So we like to have a lot of logic on the show. So we're gonna test out a few females. We're gonna do some panel shows. I want to get like 3 guys on here and like 3 girls on here, so we can start having some more of these conversations. But final thoughts, KT, man.
I'm grateful because I'm blessed. I appreciate it. And we had like you said, it was a productive show. This is the first of many. You know what I mean? And we're gonna keep it going because you know what I mean. Shit, I loved it. I had a great time.
Absolutely. I know Con get a time right in tonight, but I know he had a long one today. So give my co-host a break. But we're gonna be back tomorrow, y'all. I already told y'all we're gonna get caught up on the season. But it's been fun, man. Go ahead and hit the like button, go over to the YouTube, Again, man, it's been love, man. It's yours truly, Mr. T Love Talks. My co-guest tonight, KT with the Sweetwater degree.
KT the LP is in the building.
Yeah. Man, we love y'all, man. We're going to go out with a little bit of this funk-ass theme music, so y'all get y'all little pussy-ass freestyle on for a little bit. We love y'all, man. We about to be so glad. Hey, we can debrief after the show, KT. Just hang on, man. Hang on.
Aw, look at Daddy.
He's not my dad.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad is down and miss him.
Ow! I tried to land.
But what you got to say for the camera?
He's out buying, getting stuff. I'm just waiting for him to come back.
All right, can I?